Hello, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Sunday reset. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but there was a girl on TikTok who made a comment about keeping buttons in a jar, and like people were trying to ask about what she was doing with the buttons and like what the significance was, and like she was like, I don't have to explain it. It just needs to make sense to me. And like it turned into like this thing that people would reference where it's like, it only needs to make sense to me. And it was supposed to be about tracking the passage of time. So I think she was onto something. I have always done this in different ways, through playlists or my gratitude practice, where I made all of those cards for like the last year. And so for this week, I invite you to find a way to track time. I invite you to find a way to track the passage of time. And it doesn't necessarily need to be the same thing every single time, but it does help to have something that's like cumulative, and each individual thing has its own meaning, but it sort of falls into a larger thing. The reason why I say this is because for me personally, I don't have like a lot of pictures from when I was younger, and I wish that I did. And so for me, keeping my playlists from years ago or this YouTube channel in and of itself is like a little capsule for me. But it sort of gives me something to look back on and to sort of connect with that version of myself. It sort of is like that Ashton Kutcher movie, The Butterfly Effect. Hold on. Dude is busy. Like real busy. But anyway, in the movie, The Butterfly Effect, where he has the old journals and he reads the journals and then he time travels. Do that for yourself, not for the sake of going back to time travel or anything like that, but to connect with that past version of yourself. That's what I took away from that movie, and other things, but that's a whole separate can of beans. What we're talking about here is connecting with our past self. It's just nice to, again, talking about myself. And there were moments where I was really having a difficult time, and going back to the playlist that I had made, and where the music that I had saved and collected was sort of like a message from my past self, and it made me feel less alone. As someone who struggles with connecting with people and friendship and that whole mess, it's nice to have a way to feel less alone. And sometimes, yes, there are people in your life who understand you and relate to you, and they sort of ground you. There is no relationship like the one that you have with yourself. There should be no relationship like the one that you have with yourself. Build the relationship. Create those little bridges and pathways back to your past self. Even if it means starting with music that you listened to when you were in junior high and in high school. That is a way to connect to that version of yourself, because I guarantee there are certain songs that will activate that sleeper agent within you and you will feel like that past younger version of yourself, and you will feel a connection. And again, I'm speaking about music because that's the number one key for me, but I'm sure there's other things: books, movies, TV shows, even just finding clothes that look similar or are clothes that you wore back then. Find a way to connect to your past self, and also create a little capsule that you can go back to and look back on to connect with that past version of yourself. Not everyone has the capacity to journal. Like, it doesn't work for everyone, and that's fine. That would be the most straightforward way to do it, but also some people don't feel safe keeping a journal. Do something to give yourself something to look back on. I promise you, you will want it. Something about the energy of right now feels like this is a time to definitely keep track of where you are, how you feel, what your days looked like and felt like and smelled like and tasted like. That's another thing. Taste, food. Maybe you keep track of things that you've made or things that you've eaten, recipes that you've never tried before. Try new recipes and write them down and make a note of them somewhere. Take a picture of the food you made. I'm feeling called to encourage people to do this. Build a log of some sort of way to keep track of time. A jar of buttons, and you have a button every day. Do something that will allow you to have something to look back on later. I'm feeling called to do that myself, and I'm feeling called to encourage other people to do it. There's shifts happening, and you're going to wish that you had a way to connect with the version of yourself that you are now, because things are about to change. Your homework for this week is to create a capsule of some sort for yourself, for your future self. That's what I have for this week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, throw your girl a like. And if you are not already subscribed, please do so. As always, thank you for sitting with me. I hope that you will have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope that you will continue to be kind to yourselves and to one another.